Blackjack, because you hit on the Olsons when they were 8. You didn't stop till they were 21.
For 8 seasons, half an hour a week, full house, kept pets up the street. In fact, 3 of them were on the show.
Sheesh.
After all these years, I'd never met the Olsen twins. He introduced me to them. I said to him, how do I tell them apart? He says, Ashley Swallows.
It's crazy because, man, I used to think that about that show all the time. What is up, what ifers? Welcome back to the channel. Today, you know, I got more creepy, crazy, weird, outrageous TikToks that might keep you up tonight. So you gonna want to stay locked in because you ain't gonna believe this.
Batterie jederzeit unerwartet Turbulenzen auftreten können, bitten wir Sie, Ihre Sitzgurte geschlossen zu halten, wenn immer Sie sich auf Ihrer Sitzbank befinden.
You know what? I don't know what to say about that one. It would have been believable if the plane looked like it was actually moving, but it wasn't doing nothing. So I don't even know where that footage even came from, or if that footage is even real. I can't really even say nothing on that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that.
I don't care if I get fired anymore. My name is Santiago Hernandez. Work at the ports of Long Beach, and things like this happen all the time. I'm done keeping my mouth shut. They always make us sign these legal disclosures not to say anything, but you know what? The public needs to know about this. I don't know if there's portals that are in the ocean or they got other civilizations, but everything that comes out of there is weird or gigantic or something weird looking. But all these videos, man, it's real, guys. I'm not kidding when I say there's all kinds of creatures out there, or maybe the movies through Hollywood, they're trying to let us know or hint that there's other dimensions and they cross over sometimes. Now, I know I'm not the only one. If you're a driver out there or a port worker, you guys need to just spill the beans too. I can't be the only one that's been seeing these things, guys. All these people, come on, we all seen something and you know it. It's time to speak up. We're not going to get in trouble. I think the public needs to know already what's going on out here, man. Now, last year, I saw a little planet-like ball come out. And the year before that, there was a like gigantic dragon, fish-looking snake. I don't know how to explain it. I got a video of that one. I'll play that one right after this one. But if you know any truck drivers that deliver to the ports, send this to them and ask them, hey, honestly, have you seen anything like this? Honestly, just ask them, look at them dead in the eye, and you'll see that what's going on there if they can't look you dead in the eye when you ask them that, when they respond, if they can't look you in the eye, they've seen something too, and they're scared. Here's the other one that I saw. This is that giant snake-looking thing.
That's
I've
an
never seen or
oarfish.
heard anything like this, and
It's a dead
it's too weird that
oarfish.
the quote-unquote men in black show up, and all the Chinese people don't even want to have contact with us on that day. They all just jump off the boat, and they know the drill. They know to keep their mouth shut and go for a walk. It's a lunch break. Only high-class workers are allowed to work on these kind of things. That's when the ports are closed, and you see the 710 South, it's all jammed up. And the 405 traffic, it's all because of this. They know to shut things down. It's highly classified, guys. Maybe even the people talking about giants and flat earth or glitches in the matrix. Man, at this point, I don't know what could be true and what's not. It's wild out here, guys. If you've seen anything weird or had any UFO or skinwalker, Bigfoot encounters, man, let me know in the comments because I'm curious to know if we're the only ones in Los Angeles, California seeing this in ports of Long Beach. Uh, it can't be just us, guys. These people in
Yeah, I'm gonna just stop that right there. First of all, dude, it's a giant puppet. I don't know what they were doing with the puppet, but it is clearly a giant wooden puppet. And the second one is a oarfish, and they also got another name for it. I think it's called the doomsday fish. I don't know, man. It's just trippy how afraid and terrified people are of these things when it's clear what they are. Bro, that's a giant Pinocchio.
There's nothing on Earth that's even remotely close to what they are, and they're the size of a grizzly or polar bear in their mass, but they move quickly and fast like a spider. And so that was where the hybrid spider reference came from.
So what, they can change directions like spiders do really quickly?
Move. It's just unbelievable how quickly they're able to move around.
Intimidating?
Very intimidating.
Where did you see these?
These were on Calidus 3, Planet 2. This was the invading enemy that came and was used to try and destroy the planet. The purpose, again, trying to reduce the planetary populations.
Were they made or manufactured? Or are they real?
And they were also lab-made somewhere. They were not a reproducing species. They were androgynous in that they didn't have any male or female. They didn't have any reproductive organs. They were built for a purpose, and that purpose was to destroy as much as they could on Planet 2.
Did they communicate or talk or?
Nope, no communications that we were able to pick up on or hear. The communications we had surmised that they were, in order to coordinate their own activities, was based on a hive mind concept in which there was a controlling command structure somewhere that fed the information and the objectives, the different go orders that each of the soldiers needed to follow.
How many of these creatures were there that you dealt with, that you saw?
Thousands.
Thousands.
Thousands. Not all at one time, but over the period of the war. Yeah, there were a great many of them.
No offense, you're not a super intimidating looking guy. How did you deal with something so vicious and venomous?
Heavy firepower.
But they look like they have some kind of body armor.
Their skin itself was pretty much impervious to small arms fire.
Right.
And so it required larger caliber weapons in order to even just do any damage to them.
Why don't you describe them for us?
They are a four-legged creature that didn't have any visible eyes, which meant that they were able to see their environment through what we had later determined was a type of ultrasonic interaction with the environment.
They have big ears?
No ears. No, nothing as far as ears or eyes that were visible. They had teeth.
So they're bouncing sound off of objects and then reading it?
Yes, similar to what a bat does in order to read its environment.
Did you witness these creatures killing humans?
I did. I was in enough situations seeing the carnage that they had delivered. They generally would attack in groups of...
Is he talking about a dream or is he talking about real life? Because if he's talking about real life, this is delusion at its best. I hate to call people crazy or delusional or whatever, but dude, come on.
25 to 50 seemed to be the standard norm for a unit of one of these. And seeing fellow soldiers being ripped apart was certainly shocking and a psychological aspect of it. When we first encountered them and having to try and figure out how best to defeat this particular enemy, we weren't the first ones to encounter them, so we benefited from someone else's first experiences.
Somebody on planet 2?
Somebody else on planet 2. And so having their experiences with first encountering and learning that these small arms were ineffective and that the larger caliber rounds were the only means of stopping, slowing down, or delaying their attacks. So we were prepared in a sense in that we had deployed larger caliber weapons.
Yeah, I don't have much to say on that one, but y'all get in the comments and discuss it. Yeah, I don't know.
We today announced the kickoff of Exercise Steadfast Defender 2024, which commences next week and runs through May. Steadfast Defender 24 will be the largest NATO exercise in decades, with participation from approximately 90,000 forces from all 31 allies, plus our good partner, Sweden. The alliance will demonstrate its ability to reinforce the Euro-Atlantic area via transatlantic movement of forces from North America. This reinforcement will occur during a simulated emerging conflict scenario against a near-peer adversary. Steadfast Defender 24 will be a clear demonstration of our unity, our strength, and our determination to protect each other, to protect, of course, our values and the rules-based international order.
And that's why they recently deployed some soldiers from the U.S. because of this operation right here. I don't know how these things are going to turn out, but I pray for our soldiers, man. They shouldn't even have to even go to war because of some stupid decisions our leaders make.
As of 2024, many are familiar with the infamous Black Knight satellite, but most haven't heard the decoded transmission that allegedly came from the object.
Our home is Epsilon Wotus, which is a double star. We live on the sixth planet of 7, coming from the sun, which is the larger of the two. Our sixth planet has 1 moon. Our fourth planet has 3. Our first and third planets each have 1. Our probe is in the position of Arcturus, known in our maps.
Only in 1960 did American mainstream media confirm it. On February 11th of that same year, the Defense Department finally acknowledged the existence of the Black Knight satellite. By then, America had completely forgotten about the decoded transmission sent to us from another star system by an advanced race of aliens.
Glory be to God, look what the cat's dragged in. David Spade, oh, I can't duet your videos on TikTok. This is the wrong platform for you, big dog. You're about to get spaded. Jim Carrey wearing a Saturn Satan shirt? Oh, who would have thought that these silly little fellas are gonna go to a pizza party?
I don't know, man. I would have never thought Jim Carrey was with the stuff because of how enlightened he was or whatever. But, you know, I could be wrong.
Y'all want to tell me who the fuck this supposed to be? Dog. If that motherfucker ain't Randy Jackson.
That's Randy.
They like to play right in our motherfucking face. He looked like claymation. He looked like Celebrity Deathmatch.
Damn.
He looked like them old breast commercials. Look at his motherfucking eye. His eye cock diesel. You know what I mean? He cockeyed like a motherfucker. His hair fake as a motherfucker. Everything on him looked fake. Look at this shit. That shit looks scary as a motherfucker. I don't know where the real Randy Jackson went. That ain't him. You can say whatever the fuck you want, dog. But that's a different motherfucker. And that's a big fact.
He just sick as hell, bro.
A motherfucking robot. They say, yeah, that motherfucker look like a little penny. You look like Pinocchio. I want to be a real boy. Fake ass human. Humanoid. Fuck you. Fuck y'all.
I think that's Randy. He just super sick, bro. You know how these celebrities try to do. They try to hide the sickness and try to appear like, oh, I've been on this new weight loss journey. And nah, bro, we know what sickness look like.
I don't know who this guy is, but he seems to think he's somebody. not smart enough, you would know who I am. You're not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. You're gonna know who I am. Very The entitlement. No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
What should really concern you is why a guy that seems so educated, clean cut, would need to cross the border illegally.
That is kind of troublesome because he's speaking as if I'm coming into your country and I watch what I do. I don't know, man. He in some troubling times right now. And I have to smile through it all, man, because at the end of the day, ain't nothing you could do about it but make your people aware and get prepared for whatever may be. You know, you just don't know. Well, first of all, I think they meant that lightning goes through the firmament because thunder is a sound. So, yeah, let's get that out of the way. And second of all, if you paid attention in school, it tells you that the charge for lightning to even happen starts in the ionosphere. And that's what you see. You see the charge. You know, that's actually not lightning.
Y'all do know.
Wow.
It's not showing up on camera.
Hey, show it back here.
There it is. There it is.
There
What
it
is
is.
it? Oh, there's a bunch of them. What are they? They're blinking, y'all.
There's lights out there.
Are those coyotes?
I don't know, but they're there.
Yeah, those are coyotes.
Is that what they are?
They're
damn
blinking.
sure out there. They're sure out
There's
there.
a bunch. Look.
Yeah, I see those eyes right there.
Glenn. Glenn!
You see that?
What is that? What is it?
Wow, that's them.
It looks going up and down. It is.
It was. There, to see the others over in the
Yes.
trees?
I
I'm
see
getting
him.
it on camera. Leave the flashlight right there, Mom. I know, I'm just kind of looking around. What is it? Yes,
Yeah, there
is.
is too.
You're down too low.
It's some kind of animal or something, ain't it?
Oh my God, y'all.
There's something just
Oh,
cut.
it's cows.
Yeah, it's a cow.
That's what that is. Aw,
That's why his head was going up and down.
Wait a minute. I gotta see that again. It had something written on the top. Turf. Let me look at that. Truff. Now y'all telling me aliens are writing messages on their flying saucers now? Truff. What does that mean? Somebody go look that up. Is that a secret message that the aliens are trying to send us? Please, somebody go look it up for me. Please.
Look at everyone filming.
What did he see? This is what he saw. Ah, man, that would be real messed up if that's a burn victim. That would be messed up. That would be messed up.
No. No. Get him out.
And it's always blurry. I told you, if it's blurry, I ain't gonna say what it is. Nope, not gonna do it. What y'all think it is, though?
I remember watching The Fourth Kind for the first time, asking myself if there was any truth to it. Well, this video popped up on Reddit recently, and it caught my attention.
So like 3 weeks ago, this thing showed up at my window. It took a flash. There's no screen. There's no eye shine. And then it turned pink and disappeared. So last night, I get a knock on my window. This window. I pull up the blinds, and it's fucking sitting right on my ledge, looking at me. And it's fucking huge. It's like 3 feet tall. It's massive. And I go to pull my phone out. It sees me pulling my phone out, and it jumps away to the lead, the wire. And what it does from there is it jumps in the air and stays in the air. It doesn't move. Just stays there. I take a couple shots of it. And then, after it disappeared, these lights show up. Fucking insane.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know why it did that. Anybody got any information on that? And I'm gonna go watch that movie, The Fourth Kind, and see what's going on. What they talking about? What does an owl have to do with this? I want to know. Okay, I don't know how this video got in there. But you know, they gonna say that it's fake for sure. What is that floating around in there though? Is that another satellite or something? Yeah, I don't know. What y'all think that was?
You can see that their techniques just keep getting a little bit better and better with the time.
What is this? What is this? Are you serious?
Yeah, this is supposed to be this craft here, this thing that went up on this balloon, and you know it's got all these cameras on it and everything. I don't know if you guys can see my
Yeah,
cursor.
I saw it.
Oh yeah, but then you know this guy's supposedly up there, and the balloon goes up, and then this is the view that he gets. It's like what?
Come on.
But again, this is just in line with the technology at the time, and this is exactly what people would believe. I mean, imagine if we were 50 years ago and we were shown this, we would be like, "Wow, that must be what space looks like." And so you just kind of move along with the times.
Actually, it's a link along that tether line you see there, 25 feet of umbilical cord. That contains the life support system and communications link from the spacecraft life support system out through that chest pack.
Yeah, this is garbage. I ain't gonna lie. NASA, I don't believe NASA.
Does anyone want to tell
does
me
any
how in
real explorations
1927
anyway.
Universal Studios came up with this picture of the world?
Let me tell you this. I believe that maybe they can go into the Earth's orbit. Maybe. I'm not even really sure about that. Hell no, because he looked like he was being lowered by a crane. I ain't gonna even lie to you. But let's continue watching the video though.
When the first picture of the world wasn't available until the 1960s through NASA? Almost 40 years later? How did Universal Studios know that this is what the world looked like? Especially from space, when we hadn't been to space yet. Does anyone know? Anyone want to guess?
So my question is, how can you operate a lid on the outside of the space station by manipulating something mechanical on the inside of the space station without losing air pressure?
It's called real good engineering.
Yeah. Those videos do be trash. Yeah, those videos trash, man. I ain't gonna even lie. But yeah, I mean, that's one thing I can agree when it comes to the flat earthers. Yeah, NASA's bull crap. Straight bull crap.
Where are all these folks at? They've been around for a very long time. And now we're starting to see on TikTok that there's some Afghan Anunnaki giants. Where are they at? And this is for educational purposes only. Share this with someone you love, care, and respect. I want you to observe how big his hands are and how big his head is. And don't say that this is fake, because it's not. Afghan Anunnaki giant talking about life in the mountains in Afghanistan. What in the world? Run that video, comment below. Do you have a relative that's a giant?
شیرخان صاحب ته ښې جوړې طبیعت هم ښه ده کور کې خیرات ده ملګري دوستان دی ښه ده چې ښې دا شیرخان دی له کوم ځایه کړی چې را پیدا دی که دا خو مونږ یار ده نو ښه ډېر ښه کله خوا دې خوا ګرځو نو دا لږ اشتیا هم کمه وه مخکې هم کېدای شي تا ویډیو یې لیدلی وي ها هډوکو څه مشکل لري مشکل به یې حل شي چای درته راوړو شیرخانه شیرخانه نو که دې تا اشتیا کمه وي اشتیا دې زیاته کړو خو دا خو بیا قصه نور هم خرابېږي که نه دا اشتیا ها صحیح شو صحیح شو خوراک کې اوس څنګه یې تا خو ویلې چې خوراک مې صحیح نه ده دا یو چې خوراک و دې یو دې هډوکو یو دماغ دماغ د المرض بیماري ده المرض دا بیماري زایمر ده هډوکو غټېږي په جمزوره کې ده بالکل لا دا پوره مسلکي ده ګوره بیا ما ته خوند راځي وبه شي په زه ورسېدم ټسټونه یې کړي نو څومره د حل لاره لري دا خو اصلا داسې ووایم چې اول د ده دا بدن چې کوم ده دا بدن په اصل کې د معمولي بدنونو سره فرق کوي دا خو ټول ویني چې دی I'm
gonna stop it there. Anybody that can translate what he is saying, get in the comments and translate what he's saying. But let me say this though. Always jump to conclusions and say, hey, he's a giant. But the fact that y'all calling him an Anunnaki giant, I don't know, man. Like, we just cancel out. Y'all remember the wrestler, what's his name? Kali the Great? Yeah, he suffers from something called acromegaly, something like that. But it's a condition in where the pituitary gland gives off too much growth hormone, and it causes people, parts of their bodies to grow too fast. To say the man is an Anunnaki giant, though, come on, y'all. Come on, that's rude. How would you think that man would take that if you told him that he's an Anunnaki giant, and he's literally suffering from some type of ailment? Come on, man.
This is footage seen from a Russian military plane. This is what the North Pole looks like. A huge vortex. Now, everyone knows that the North Pole is a magnetic pole. So how does this apply to flat Earth? If the North Pole is the center of the map, the center of the magnetic pole, where the aurora borealis is known to be seen. In fact, the colors of the aurora borealis are formed due to the electron field that changes the color of the hosts in the atmosphere. That's how strong the Earth's North Pole is. As in this small example. So, doesn't that vortex seen from planes look like a portal to you? The same shape as the aurora borealis. And the sun and moon fulfill the role of the magnetic ball in the prototype. Everything makes sense. As you can see, it's like a huge round magnet with a hole in the middle. The South Pole, that is, Antarctica, or rather the ice wall, is the edge of the round magnet. This means that Antarctica is not a minus or a plus pole. Antarctica is magnetized with both poles, minus and plus. Also, the center of the map, that is the North Pole, is not polarized as being minus or a plus pole. On the contrary, it is an accumulation of positive and negative electrons. An electron pressure, which creates a vortex, a portal, and is also seen in the form of the aurora borealis influencing that magnetic field, the ozone layer. So, Antarctica is magnetized with both poles, minus and plus. Also the center of the map, that is. The North Pole is not polarized, as being minus or plus pole.
This is breaking this hour. Terror threats against the United States reach an all-time high.
I've never seen a time where so many of the threats are all elevated, all at exactly the same time.
He is not prone to dramatic talk, in fact, the opposite. So if he is underscoring something, it is a real threat.
A heightened level like we have never seen.
Breaking news coming out in the past 24 hours as FBI Director Wray warns of an unprecedented terrorist threat to the United States. He sees blinking red lights everywhere, and he's also urging the U.S. to take precaution for faith-based communities amid anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. And I'm going to be sharing with you the latest video footage and articles coming out on this, as the FBI director says terror threats elevated to an all-time high since October 7th, blinking red lights everywhere. And they're also saying that the FBI Director Wray is not somebody that typically issues these threats. Vocalizing this and very directly is very concerning, that we need to be on the watch with these threats that are being articulated by the FBI. And this comes as we had heard that they believe there are sleeper cells that are already here. I'm going to share with you some clips as they're saying they're coming across the border. They're already here, and we need to be on the lookout. And they're saying it has never been this high, not even since 9/11 has the threat of a terrorist attack on U.S. soil been this elevated. So I'm going to be sharing with you the latest information so that way you can see it for yourself. And again, these articles have come out in the past 24 hours. I'll link this in the description below and share with you the video footage so you can see the latest. And if you appreciate the updates, do me a quick favor before we dive in. Don't forget, smash that like button. Just takes a second. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and if you want to support the channel, you can do so. I've added a join.
Let me say this. I said this in my last videos, that these people are coming into this country and they're going to attack specific people. People think that they haven't been watching these YouTube videos about these people talking about other people religions, the Indian people, the Afghan people. And I am telling you, just watch. Everything that I said in my last videos is coming to fruition. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's all you can do.
Job consisted of saying, take a look at this, which is what he used to say to Mary-Kate Olsen in her dressing room. It should have been called Blackjack because you hit on the Olsens when they were 8. You didn't stop till they were 21.
For 8 seasons, half an hour a week, full house, kept pets up the street. In fact, 3 of them were on the show.
Sheesh.
After all these years, I'd never met the Olsen twins. He introduced me to them. I said to him, how do I tell them apart? He says, Ashley Swallows.
It's crazy because, man, I used to think that about that show all the time. When I was a kid, I used to always wonder why Joey kissed them girls in the mouth. And mainly that was because that was not a regular thing in my household. And I just didn't understand why white people did it. And it may not be all white people, but I saw those white people on TV did it. My wife currently still watches that show, and she don't even understand why it makes me so uncomfortable. It's because I see things that she don't see. Like he literally not kissed them on the jaw, mouth, numerous amount of times. And it was weird to me, man. Super weird to me. Like, what did those girls endure? And if you see them now, they look so sick. Like, what happened?
Hey, Gnostic popes, listen.
Freemasons. I hear a lot of there's a vast array of information. There's only a few real Freemasons that exist. In other words, when I say a few, I'm talking about maybe a few hundred, maybe at the top level that really know the ancient secrets, right? Okay. There's masonry halls all around the United States. I just spoke at one in Detroit.
Really?
Conscious lecture with the 19 keys. We had nothing to do with masonry, but that's what, they rented the hall to make money.
Watch this whole thing, Gnostic.
People that generally go there, they have no real knowledge of the real ancient wisdom and knowledge that goes back into the ancient past. A lot of cities, even the city I grew up in, has these Freemason halls where it's just like a place to congregate, hang out, have a barbecue, pick up women, dance. There's no real true deep knowledge being translated in a lot of these places. There's only a very small, and I do mean small amount of people that really house and hold a true knowledge of the ancient past as the top level Freemasons. When did this start? Yeah, this goes all the way back to deep antiquity. We're talking about 30,000 plus years ago. there were these brick masons in ancient Kemet called the Shatu. After the Great Flood, Amun-Ra, aka Marduk, he's known as Marduk in the Bible, M-A-R-D-U-K. Some people say Marduk, depending on how you want to pronounce his name. He's also in the Jewish Torah as well. In Kemet, he was known as Amun-Ra. This is why.
Amen. Facts.
And he actually made it a rule, a law.
You will serve no gods but me.
Brick masons helping rebuild the land.
If you know, you know.
And these brick masons had the secret knowledge of space flight technologies, how to turn stone structures into advanced computer housing, data storage devices, as well as power generators and many other functions.
Pyramids.
A lot of the stone structures that were built were actually multifunctional stone computers.
But Gnostic Pope, I wanted to ask for confirmation. Now, when it comes to knowledge, I know you're very knowledgeable, and you are not of the norm when it comes to the normal Freemason that we see today. You do your research. I think it's fucking hilarious when people try to challenge you and act like they know more than you. But the reason I am going to tag you to this, I want to ask two parts. Is he being honest? Is it true that only very, very few Masons are knowledgeable as yourself is when it comes to esoteric knowledge and information? And not surprised that he spoke at one, straight up. And trust me, I do know that the public's perception on Freemasons is widely wrong, and there's a difference between the Illuminati and someone of yourself. But I wanted you to break down what he said and tell me what's true or not.
I don't really have much to say on that, but I will say this. Like, my granddaddy, rest his soul, and he was a Mason, and he would always say this saying when we would ask him questions about the Masonic ring. He would always say, not with the typical thing that everybody else say that their Mason family members would tell them, if I tell you I have to kill you. No, he would never say that. He would say, he sees, but only a few know. He sees, but only a few know. And I never knew what that meant until I got older. And I realized that he was talking about the esoteric. I don't even know what degree he was, but he had to be high ranking because he had the 33rd degree ring on his finger with the bird on it, right? Yeah, so I could believe that when they say that it's only a few Freemasons that know true knowledge esoterically. Generate one zoomed out. Okay. ChatGPT is zooming out of the world. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. And it continues to go out. Starting to look like an atom. Starting to look like an atom. Oh, starting to look like DNA strands. Huh? Yeah. Hey, look. Look, man. Look, man. Look, man. Let me tell y'all something. Go back to my previous video. It was one of those videos where they saw the face next to the moon, and I explained, and I went in I was like, what if we were in a world, we were inside of another living organism, right? And the more you zoom out, you start to see the makeup of another being. And I think that that's how dimensions work. They go deeper and they go deeper and they go deeper. Like when you go into our DNA strands, you go down, you find another universe, and then you go deeper, and then you find the Milky Way. You go deeper, you find a galaxy. You know, it keeps going, and then you find some world, and then you find creatures on that world. That's literally that's how my mind thinks, and I think that that's how it works. I think those are downloads on some real stuff. I think those are downloads telling me that's really how the world works, and that's why I really believe in quantum immortality. Quantum immortality is the thing to study because it will give you a totally different outlook on death. When your loved ones leave this earth, you won't be so sad. You'll miss them, but you won't be so sad because in your mind, they have transferred into a parallel universe and they are living life just as they were before they got sick and transitioned. For real. I challenge people to go look into quantum immortality. Go check it out, because it's something deeper than what we understand. We are so locked in just in this world, we don't try to step outside of our circle of knowledge. And I always stress that, step outside of your circle of knowledge. Go deeper than what people tell you to, you know, open your mind. Don't be scared to go down that rabbit hole, because at the end of that rabbit hole, it's always light, you know? So I think that it's time for us to wake up, you know, and understand that, you know, we all are going to meet our demise at some point in life, but it's our job to understand that our demise doesn't have to be scary either. It can actually be a peaceful and joyous thing. Do good in your life while you're here, because everything you put out, it comes right back to you. So be good in the life that you have while you're here. Do positive things. Don't get in the comments and call somebody sleep and dumb and retarded and all that stuff. You know, just say, hey, you know what? I disagree with you. I honestly believe different. And I'll come back and say, hey, I respect your opinion. I'm not here to argue with you. You can't offend me because I'm confident in who I am and confident in what I know. But don't come disrespectful. Don't get blocked, man, because these episodes be lit, bro. Stay on board and get this entertainment, man, because that's all it is. It's all for entertainment purposes. If I state an opinion, take it just as that, an opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. I hate that I upset people when I say certain things, but that's not my intention. My intention is to leave you with something to think about. You don't have to accept what I say, or you don't have to accept what I'm leaving, but I mean, at least ponder on it. Give it a chance. And if you decide not to give it a chance, then hey, it is what it is. I still got love for you, and I salute you. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, head over to the Discord, send videos that you want to see me react to, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. And remember, please remember, challenge the argument and not the person.